and throw that changeup away from him. And he made a little bit of adjustment. He's throwing his two-seamer a little bit more. It was almost all four-seamers to begin with. He's made that adjustment, and like you said, Dan, he's had a really good month of May after having to try to figure out from coming overseas.
Tigers come in with a record of 22-36. The White Sox, most improved team in baseball, at 30-27. And the Tigers now get ready to face the 31-year-old native of Stony Brook in New York. First appearance back in the United States in Major League Baseball since 2023, Anthony Kay.
Yeah, Kay has that four-seam fastball. It's a good arm, too. It's not just a soft toss and lefty. He'll sit about 96 miles an hour, touch a 7 and an 8 on occasion. Two-seam fastball, sweeper, cutter, and changeup. He's got a slider, doesn't throw it very often at all. The left-handed hitters that he's going to see, not many of them in the lineup today, it's going to be a four-seam fastball, sweeper, sinker, and the cutter. Right-handers, a little bit more balanced approach. It's going to be a four-seam fastball, a sweeper, a sinker, a cutter, and he'll throw the changeup almost exclusively to right-handers only. So these right-handed hitters, like I said, get the ball off of you, get it away from you, look for something up in the zone, and let it fly.
Why are we looking at the right-handers? Because lefties are 3 for 45.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Against Anthony Kay. The only pitch they've had any measure of success against is the changeup, but he's buried them with sinkers and four-seamers, cutters, and sweepers. So, Kevin McGonigal will give you a good at-bat against any lefty, and so will Riley Green. They are the only two lefties in the lineup. Kevin McGonigal in the leadoff spot. First pitch of the game from Anthony Kay. Swing and a miss. He goes up with a 95-mile-an-hour four-seam fastball, and we are underway here at Comerica Park. Here at the Guaranteed Rate Field in Chicago. I can't do the rate. The strike one. Sweeper low and away. Dingler and Vierling to follow. Late lineup change. Derek Hill was scratched. That put Nishida in center. And Tanachi in left, Nishida in center, Grichuk in right, the 1-1. Sweeper away. Kevin McGonigal has been hanging in there against lefties right from the very start. Production is better against righties, but always a good at-bat against lefties. 2-1. Fastball low and away, 97, but a big miss, 3-1. Kay is not a premium strike thrower. Very kind of below average first pitch strikes and total strikes. Yep. High walks, low strikeouts, kind of a pitch to contact. Power arm, but pitch to contact because he doesn't get much swing and miss. Fastball for a strike to make it 3-2.
Then I think if he pitches the way he's pitched in May, I think his swing and miss is going to uptick because over in Japan, it is just such a contact-oriented place.
3-2, swing and a tap foul over by the Tigers dugout on the first base side.
You know, it is very difficult to strike the majority of the Japanese hitters out. It's just a style of hitting. That's how they go about it. But this guy's got some good stuff. I was looking at this video, and I was wondering why are these numbers looking the way they do. You have to keep digging a little bit.
3-2, swing and a foul, tip in and out of the glove of Carroll. Montgomery at third, Acuna at short. Mydroth very good at second. Acuna is good wherever you play him as well. He's been mostly at second in his career. And Vargas at first. You might have noticed when Bobby read the lineup, no Murakami in the lineup. Break for the Tigers, certainly, or any team that has to face the White Sox without that bat in the lineup. Came out of the game last night with a hamstring injury. Again, the 3-2. Swinging a ground ball up the middle, kicks off the mound. Big hop for Acuna at short. Fields it right behind second base on the dirt. Flips it over to first to get McGonigal. 1 up, 1 down. 8-pitch at bat. He's going to get a plus next to that at bat.
As he should.
A.J. Hinch always on his lineup card, putting little pluses and, yes, minuses next to each name, each at bat. Because that's another way of giving feedback after the game. You can have a good at-bat even if you make an out. Dylan Dingler takes first pitch, sweeper in. Sweeps at 82 for a called strike one. Dylan hitting .234, leads his Tigers team with 11 home runs, 34 RBIs. Torque is next with 8 home runs. Spreads out, knees bent, bends at the waist toward the plate, tucks that left shoulder in, takes a strike. Forcing fastballs cruising at 97 right now. Quickly no balls and 2 strikes. Mydroth at second, shades up the middle. The outfield plays Dingler just about straight up. They shift to the right a little bit. Check swing, fastball up, no appeal down to first. Vic Carapaz is the crew chief. He's our home plate umpire today. Nick Lentz at first, Edwin Moscoso at second. Hunter Wendelstedt is today's third base umpire. Sox in their kind of classic home whites, the uniform they wear the most here at home. The interlocking Sox lettering on the front or top left of the uniform, numbers on the right, on the front and the back. Change up low, good take. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
And if you're wondering, on the Bobby Scales uniform scales, this is a solid 8 out of 10. This is a good uni here.
Yeah, it's white with the black pinstripes. That's the nice accent. No, this is a good-looking uniform. The 2-2. Swinging a foul out of play. If you missed our Bobby uniform review segment of the programming last night, not a huge fan. Actually, it's the lowest grade I've ever heard you get.
It's a 1. I mean, I stand on it. I'll double down on it.
The New City Connect uniforms for Chicago. The 2-2 pitch. And swing a little flare into right center, and Mydroth will go out and make the catch. Just didn't have enough behind it to drop in the flare. Easy play for Mydroth at second. 2 up and 2 down. First pitch today is brought to you by McLaren Health, the official healthcare system of the Detroit Tigers. First inning by Rocket Mortgage. Own the dream. 4-3. Sox win in 10. Last night. Matt Vierling takes a strike. Digs in, hitting .212 with 4 home runs, 21 RBIs. Signs and then a cool off, but signs that the bat is heating up. Hasn't been able to put together that good 5-10 game stretch of really good at-bats. Says he's feeling good at the plate. Pitched low and away. And you do remember he missed all of last year. Sometimes it can take a while to get the timing back, get that good feel back at the plate. The 1-1. Swing the tap foul off of Carroll. The catcher kicks out in front of home plate. Anthony Kay has had some experience at the major league level, but like many, he has gone overseas to build his value because he just hadn't had any success. 85 innings, parts of 5 seasons with Toronto, the Cubs, and the Mets, but a .560 ERA. Pitch in the dirt. Well, he goes over to Japan, has a good year, and then last year, as Bobby mentioned, a great year. And now he comes back and signs a 2-year deal for $12 million with the White Sox. The 2-2, up and away, 3-2. So 3 long at-bats to start the game. This guy has been averaging about 5 innings a start. 21, 22 batters, a little bit more than that in the month of May. Quick step back with the right foot, working first base side of the rubber, delivers, swing and a miss. Fastball 97, high and out of the strike zone, but Matt Vierling couldn't lay off. Every at-bat at least 6 pitches, but the Tigers go 1-2-3. We head to the bottom of the first inning in Chicago scoreless. This is the home of Detroit Tigers baseball.
Pulling me closer, but don't waste your time. Don't have any time for all your empty lies. I used to think that you were only mine, but I was blinded by a shallow light. I'll call your friends, I'll let them know that I'm so done with the tragic boys. Tonight I'll get into my zone. I'll dance until the tears are gone. No time for bad love, bad love, bad love. I'm dancing all these tears away. No time for bad love, bad love, bad love. I'm dancing all these fears away. Don't need it. Don't
Valdez, first pitch, sinker misses in to Chase Mydroth. Raises a hands up out of the way, ball one. Vargas Montgomery to follow. 12th start of the year for Fromber. Line drive left field, that's trouble. That ball is one hop up against the wall, fielded by Riley Green on the hop. Mydroth will cruise into second. Leadoff double. He absolutely smoked that ball.
He sure did. It was a sinker middle in. He wanted to get it in, throw it in that front door, let it run back over the edge. He threw it on the edge and it ran back over the middle. Mydroth made him pay for it. One hop the wall for a leadoff double for Chase Mydroth. That ball was hammered.
Big hand for Miguel Vargas. Walk-off home run last night. We've just been talking about how Vargas struggled against righties. Drew Anderson has been on a roll. The stuff is nasty. He'd missed with a couple of change-ups up. Fastball, curveball were still very lively. He went with another changeup, and it just stayed up. And Miguel Vargas on an 0-1 hit the walk-off home run to deliver the win for Chicago. First pitch here, curveball at the back foot. Ball one, down and in. So the numbers for Fromber Valdez, 11 starts, a 4.28 ERA. Opponents have hit .240 with no power. But it's kind of an odd collection of numbers. The 1-0, down and in. Curveball again at the back foot. Vargas jumps back, falls across home plate. Two curveballs have missed big. 2-0. I say that because it's the best first pitch strike throwing of his career. It's the best total strike throwing of his career. He's winning the race to two strikes, and yet the walk rate is the highest of his career. Swing and miss rate is the lowest of his career. And the strikeout rate is the lowest of his career. That doesn't generally add up. Vargas swings and taps it foul off of Dylan Dingler. And the last six starts, Bobby, he has alternated the good with the bad.
Yeah, the good last time out against Baltimore, 6 innings pitched, 2 hits, just the 1 earned run. It came on a homer. Walked 2, struck out 5. Had pretty good stuff in that outing as well.
The 2-1 to Vargas. Swing and a miss. This is a dangerous bat. Arguably the most dangerous bat with a lefty on the mound. Vargas' jump in production this year has been driven by incredible production against lefties, hitting them for average and for power. 2-2. Fromber Valdez knows it. Bounces a sinker. 3-2. Keep looking, Bobby, for that swing back sinker. We saw it in that game in Boston. It really the one time that he pounded them in. That was at Fenway. We just relentlessly pounded the righties in. 3-2 curveball. Oh, man. Looked perfect, but it was a little bit high, according to home plate umpire Vic Carapaz. And if Dylan Dingler doesn't challenge, you know it was. And you look at the replay, it was just a little bit high.
Yeah, and I'm surprised. He doesn't have... Fromber doesn't throw... I mean, he's got a four-seamer. He doesn't throw it very often, okay? This pitch is his two-seamer. Even if you throw that two-seamer, you can go two-seamer slider, two-seamer curveball into right-handers. It seems like the combination he hasn't done a ton of this year.
First pitch to the lefty, Colson Montgomery, a sinker.
Boy, catcher challenging the call of ball.
Call ball one. That's Vic Carapaz talking about Dylan Dingler challenging. And it was indeed a ball. That's a rare early miss.
Confirmed. Detroit has one challenge remaining.
We have seen that, an early miss. Now you have one challenge remaining, and that sometimes will shut a team down from even thinking about a challenge.
Yep.
For a good 4 or 5 innings. Montgomery swings and taps it foul into the camera well far into the Tigers dugout on the first base side. He digs in, hitting .227. 13 home runs, 34 RBIs. Early jam for Fromber Valdez. Ground ball rate is down this year. He is not getting out of jams reliably with a ground ball double play very often. Sinker for a strike to make it 1-2. Ground ball rate the lowest of his career. Again, just an odd collection of numbers. Not giving up extra base hits For the ground ball rate down, the double play rate is half of where he has been in his career. Only 4 double plays turned behind him in his 11 starts. Montgomery waiting on a 1-2 on the way in the dirt. Buried the sinker. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Montgomery has certainly cooled off after a hot start. He hits lefties, righties about the same, and that's pretty impressive for a young hitter. Remember,
Sure
just a
is.
70-game debut last year. He's a good hitter right here. A little more power for Montgomery against lefties. There's a lot of thump in this bat. 2-2, down and away, check swing, appeal to third. Hunter Wendelstedt says, nope, he did not go.
I sure thought he did, Dan. Did a nice job checking the swing on that breaking ball down.
Randall Grichuk, who's made a career out of hitting lefties, is waiting on deck. Big early pitch for Framber Valdez, a 3-2, up and away, walked him. Back-to-back walks. Outside of one start in Minnesota, Dylan Dingler's going to head out to have a conversation with Framber and Chris Fetter as well. Outside of one start in Minnesota where he gave up 8, Framber Valdez has been at his best on the road. He hasn't given up more than 2 runs in any of his other 7 starts on the road, or 6 starts on the road. And this is what we've seen a little bit in recent starts, Bobby. Not as many strike ones. The strike one has been off, the percentage down. And today, first 3 batters have all seen ball 1. And AJ emphasized that in the pregame today. It really does for him. With the ups and downs, it gets back to the consistent strike ones.
That's super important. Listen, it's important for every pitcher, but for some guys even more so. I mean, like you said, Dan, the swing and miss is down this year. If you got dynamic stuff and you can get guys to swing and miss in the zone, sure, sometimes you can fight your way back by just throwing your good stuff in the zone. Framber's stuff this year isn't that way. Doesn't mean it's bad. It's just not what it has been in years past. So it's so important for him to get ahead with whatever he chooses to and then go off of that.
Randall Grichuk started the year with the Yankees. They let him go. White Sox picked him up, and he's already hit 4 home runs in 36 at-bats, because when you join the White Sox, you have to hit home runs. And he's made a career of hitting lefties. 3 or 4 of the last 5 years, an OPS over 900 for Randall Grichuk against lefties. Bases loaded for him. Pitch in the dirt, gets by Dylan Dingler, and run will score. My draw in, runners advance, second and third, nobody out. A really rough start for Framber Valdez, 1-0 White Sox.
Yeah, certainly not what you're looking for. That was just a sinker that was a scud. Hit well in front of the plate. Fastballs are hard to block, period. But when you throw one that far in front of home plate, it's exceedingly difficult on your catcher to try to slide over and block that ball.
I don't remember seeing this many big misses like this with the sinker. He's buried several in the dirt already. Grichuk swings at a curveball and hits a soft little roller foul third base side. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Tigers will play the infield back except for Torkelson is up to the edge of the grass. Wide of first with the righty at the plate. Lee at second, right up the middle. The outfield just about straight up. Grichuk waiting on a 1-2. Swinging a line drive. Caught by McGonigal at third. Wow. Reached to his right with a backhand. Took a double away from Grichuk and 2 runs away from the White Sox.
What a play by Kevin McGonigal at third base. Just reaction play. Got up to his right. Threw that leather at it and went in there. That's a heck of a play. Randall Grichuk absolutely scalded that ball. That dude has made a living of hitting fastballs down and in from lefties his whole career. He whistled that one. Fortunately, McGonigal was there.
Now the infield drawn in tight. They all jog in as the pitch is being delivered. Edgar Carroll, switch-hitting catcher, takes ball 1. So 4 of the first 5 batters for the White Sox have seen ball 1. Everybody in tight for the Tigers. The 1-0. Bounces a changeup. I mean, you see him bounce curveballs, but he's bouncing changeups and sinkers today.
Yeah.
Not a good start.
Very odd.
This is a weak hitting catcher at the plate. Switch hitter, much better right-handed last year. He's not hitting from either side this year. 2-0. You can't walk him. Sinker misses 3-0. Edgar Carroll comes into this game hitting 180, and that's over 100 at-bats. This is not a threat at the plate at all. It's going to make you throw him a strike zone. Doesn't chase. 3-0, swing and a tap foul. How about that? Will Venable gave him the green light. Why not?
Why not?
But Bobby, going back to that swing back sinker in Boston, he kept pounding it inside to get the swing back on the inner half of the plate and called third strike. He had 4 different called third strikes.
Yeah.
On that swing back, and it doesn't seem like we've seen it a lot since.
It's an impossible pitch to hit.
3-1. Swinging a fly ball left center. This will get a run home. Matt Vierling will move toward left center, make the catch. Vargas tags and trots home. Throw goes to third. Carroll against the ground ball specialist gets a ball that he can elevate. 2-0 Sox.
Another nice job of situational hitting from the White Sox. We saw it last night. Like you said, Dan, primarily ground ball pitcher, not the ground ball numbers we're used to seeing over the course of his career, but still heavy sinker, ground ball guy. Carroll's got one job, stay out of the double play, put the ball in play. He did that, got enough, and got the run in.
That was a sinker that was above the belt. And that's, I think, what we've been seeing, Bobby. I know he always uses the sinker up, down, but in that situation, you could just bet that he would get a ground ball last year, early this year.
Yeah.
Benintendi takes a strike. 2-0 Sox in the first, the strike one. Swing and a miss, big, sweeping breaking ball away. Benintendi's been rock solid for these White Sox the last couple of years. No longer plays much in the outfield. He is a DH, pretty much DH only. He was very good against lefties this year. He is not playing much against lefties, just 5 for 23 coming into this game. Valdez working third base side, the 0-2, swing and a miss, slider bounced. Benintendi strikes out. 2 runs thanks to a couple of walks from Framber Valdez. Ahead of the second inning, 2-0 Chicago on the Detroit Tigers Radio Network. One from Anthony Kay. 3.96 ERA through his first 52 innings. They've used an opener for him a couple of times. Sweeper, perfect, outside third for a called strike. Opponents overall have hit 250, 770 OPS is on the high side, but that again has come down in the month of May. The 0-2 swinging a foul, and I would argue if you put the ball in play, you're a lefty and you put the ball in play against Anthony Kay, it's like, okay, that's a win.
That's a W right there.
3 for 45 against left-handed batters so far this year. That's what they have done against Anthony Kay. The 0-2. Good take and a sweeper that was tempting. Low and outside. Riley digs in, hitting 308. It's been more than a month since his last home run. He's hit a little over 310 in that time. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. A slider away. But Bobby is kind of... He was clearly a better hitter to start. He was driving the ball, cut the strikeouts, bumped the walks, doubled the walk rate, and he's kept the walks high. But after 36 home runs last year, it really is, it's odd to see him go more than a full month without a home run.
It really is. I mean, you applaud all the changes that have been made, but the power has been absent.
Spencer Torkelson's power has been concentrated mostly in 5 games. 5 home runs in 5 games. He has hit 3 in the other 56. The 1-0. Ground ball right side. Mydroth will move to his left, scoop it off his shoe tops on the outfield grass, flip it to first. Torkelson bounces out. And if you want to pick one number, if you look at a team's slash line, batting average, on base, slug, if you want to look at one number, if you only get a chance to look at one number, say you're on a desert island somewhere and they're only sending you the slash line, the one number that corresponds best to a good offense, a run-scoring offense, it is slug. Jahmai Jones takes first pitch up and away, a cutter away, ball 1. Best offenses usually have the best power numbers. If you want to grind it down a little bit, isolated power is even better. Jones swings and misses. That's just the slugging component, the extra base component of slugging percentage, which, of course, includes batting average. And the White Sox are right up there with the Yankees, and they are the top 2 offenses in the American League. And the Tigers, solid middle of the pack in power numbers last year, are right near the bottom. Ground ball softly to third. Montgomery will charge field in the grass, flip it over to first to get Jahmai Jones by a full step. 6 up, 6 down for Anthony Kay. We head to the bottom of the second inning, second of a 3-game weekend series, 2-0 Chicago. This is the home of Detroit Tigers baseball. Today's game brought to you in part by Meyer, an official partner of the Detroit Tigers. Long first inning for Framber Valdez. See if he can work a little quicker second. First pitch curveball is a beauty for a called strike one. 26 pitches in the first. Average inning is roughly 16, 17 pitches. The strike one. Swinging a pop-up to shallow right field. Wenzel Perez over in toward the line. He'll make the catch. One up and one down. Looking for Framber Valdez to bounce back and just starting to fill up the strike zone with more strike ones. This White Sox offense has 7 regulars with an OPS plus. League average has actually fallen down to just a little over 700 on base plus slugging. Just a simple starting point, judging how good a lineup is or how good each individual hitter is. Sinker for a strike, 94. And Tanachi, a lefty at the plate, showed bunt, pulled the bat back. That's going to keep Kevin McGonigal in tight at third base. Rest of the infield back. The strike one. Make it strike two. The White Sox have 7 batters, 7 regulars with an OPS plus, meaning league average or better OPS. They have 7 of those hitters. And, of course, some are really mashing. Montgomery and Vargas and Murakami are all well above that in the dirt. But that's a very good sign when you've got 7 regulars. And it's guys like, well, they've gotten some kind of surprising contributions from the kids. And Tanachi, Mydroth, Montgomery, all debuting in the last 2 years. This young man this year. And they're contributing. Maybe not big numbers, but when you've got that many guys above average, you've got depth in your lineup. Check swing, you went too far. And Tanachi, that's a foul tip, I think, to the glove of the catcher.
That's right, Dan, yeah.
Dingler, strikeout for the second out here in the second inning.
Good slider away from Antonacci. Did a nice job bum rushing him, getting ahead of him with 2 straight sinkers and then 2 sliders, retired Antonacci. But then you're right. We've got some guys that weren't expecting to get contributions from.
Rico Nishida hit for average. He's going to work the at-bat, see some pitches. Just debuted, 2 for 13 so far in his Major League debut. 1-0, high and tight. Tigers last year had 8 regulars with 380 plate appearances or more, with an OPS plus of 100 or better. 100 is league average. 8. That is a really rare high number. Ground ball to short. Zach Short fields and fires a chest-high throw over to Torkelson at first. Exactly what the Tigers needed from Framber Valdez after the long first inning. He gets the 7-8-9 hitters easily 1-2-3. Tigers bat in the third inning, trying to get to Anthony Kay, the lefty for the White Sox. 2-0 Chicago after 2 on the Detroit Tigers Radio Network. Presented. the third inning. 7, 8, 9 hitters. Perez, Lee, and Short. Third inning is brought to you by Mastercraft Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, and Electric. For fast service and the best price, choose Mastercraft. Perez digs in, hitting 169. Swings, fouls the pitch out of play. No balls and 2 strikes. Gary Carpenter, 2 walks and a single on a rehab assignment with Toledo yesterday. Again, the Tigers are counting all of the at-bats he had in Justin Verlander's sim game the other day. That really did help speed up the process. Fly ball left field. This one's deep. Going back, Antonacci at the fence, looking up. Gone! Wenzel Perez starting to heat up on an 0-2. Wenzel Perez gets a fastball, and he did not miss. Tigers are on the board, trailing 2-1.
Wenzel Perez went up, top-handed that ball. That was a ball and a half, maybe 2 balls above that top rail. 95 miles an hour. Wenzel met him at the top and beat him. That ball was crushed.
It really was.
Line drive. Wow.
Just kept carrying. Good to see, Bobby. That's 3 home runs
yes,
in the last week or so for Wenzel. 2 from the right side, 1 from the left. Ayuli takes ball 1. The series is brought to you by the Sam Bernstein Law Firm. You need the right call made. 1-800-CALL-SAM. Fly ball left center. Playable for Antonacci. Onto the warning track. He'll make the catch. Another good swing. Ayuli. That's a cutter in play. Deep to left field. Looked really good off the bat. It's out number 1.
It sure did. It's gotten loud all of a sudden here. Tiger bats. Ayuli just missed that one.
He thought he had it, too.
He did think he had it. We've seen him hit the ball hard the other way. That's kind of how his swing is geared, but he got the barrel out on that one.
Brings up Zach Short. Zach takes a fastball for a called strike on the outer edge. 7 home runs and 52 innings of work for Anthony Kay. Much better in his last 5 starts. The strike 1. Up and away. Guy gets kind of an average number of ground balls, average number of fly balls. But the improvement, and you think of what Drew Anderson has done, it took him a while to reacclimate to this country. 1-1. Zach Short fouls it out of play, well back first base side. Kind of think the same thing with this lefty. I mean, maybe totally different, but yeah, there's a little bit of roughness in the first 6 outings. To see the last 5, a 1.90 ERA, just 22 hits in 27 innings. This is a much better pitcher. The 1-2, change up down.
Dan, it's just a different deal, and I can tell you from experience. Anthony Kay pitched in Yokohama. If Yokohama is the equivalent, if you take the dimensions in Cincinnati
and shrink them,
and put them in Denver, that's Yokohama.
2-2, swing and a miss. That's a very good slider over the plate, but sharpness down. Zach Short strikes out. First trip through the lineup, the 1 hit, the Perez home run, 3 strikeouts for this lefty, Anthony Kay.
It is a very, very hitter-friendly environment. Very volatile in Yokohama. And for him to put the numbers up that he put there, you know the guy can pitch.
Kevin McGonigal swings and foul, tips it in and out of the glove of Caro, and that hurt.
That's the second one he's taken like that, too.
Hurt the glove hand.
If you hit that glove, guys foul that ball off.
Like in the palm?
In the palm or either off the thumb is where he's grabbing at that thumb. I think that's the second one he's caught like that. That thumb and the forefinger and the catcher just take a beating.
The strike 1. Perfect. Sweeper grabs the outside corner for a called strike 2. 2-1 Sox are in the top of the 3rd inning. Today's game brought to you in part by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan, the official healthcare provider of the Detroit Tigers radio network. Caro setting up away. The 0-2 ground ball wide of first and past. Vargas reached with a backhand, got under his glove. Kevin McGonigal on an 0-2 pitch. Singles to right field. 2 outs See if the Tigers can reignite something right here with Dylan Dingler striding to the plate.
Yeah, nice try right there. You're not going to sneak the cheese past the rat. Kevin McGonigal don't miss heaters, man. He does not miss heaters. Cutter sweeper to set him up. They thought they beat him upstairs with a four-seamer. Nah, bro. Not happening.
This ballpark has very fair dimensions for hitters. Ground ball deep at short, backhanded by Acuna. He'll plant, throw a little bit low, grabbed by Vargas. Dingler grounds out. Tigers settle for one. We head to the bottom of the third inning, second of a three-game weekend series, 2-1 White Sox. This is the home of Detroit Tigers baseball.
So while you got me alone, let me give you a private show. No, we gotta go, babe. Take off them clothes, fresh out the shower, watching you get dressed to return.
The other day, the first priority for Chris Getz was, as he put it, make sure that every level of the White Sox organization was communicating with each other. As he said, the valves were turned off. I like how he described it.
Yeah.
Information was only going in one direction, flowing from top down. They weren't getting any feedback ground up or the lower levels up. Vargas takes a pitch away, and then the concrete example of how that works in his eyes, guy in the on-deck circle, Colson Montgomery. Colson Montgomery hit .210 his last 2 years at AAA, swinging a soft tap foul. Well, there are some ideas flowing from the minor leagues. It's like, hey, let's send him back to A-ball and just work on his swing and make these adjustments, but let him make them at A-ball. He made those adjustments. They saw what they needed to see. They brought Colson Montgomery up, swinging a foul back to the screen, 1-2 on Vargas. There was nothing in the numbers to indicate he was about to have success, and he burst onto the scene, Bobby, with a line drive into left field, and that's going to drop for a base hit. That's a pretty good piece of hitting. Vargas has torched lefties this year, but he went down and got a sinker and just drove it into left field.
Yeah, he did a nice job there. He's torched lefties, but he stayed in his legs right there. He was out in front a little bit, not because of the velocity, of course. It was a fastball, but that movement on that sinker was down and away from him. He stayed on it and wandered it into left field. That's pretty good hitting from Vargas. Yep. But to finish that thought, Dan, you got to find out what's going on. He found out that the transfer of information was only going one way. That doesn't work.
Swinging a miss by Colson Montgomery.
Now it becomes an exercise in organizational leadership. Okay, this is what we've got. This is what you've got. How can we integrate this into every level of our operation on baseball ops? And he's done that, and Colson Montgomery is a perfect example. You've got minor league coaches that had him when he was doing well. You got coordinators that had him when he's doing well. Hey, here's the other thing, too. People talk, hey, man, I'm seeing Montgomery do X, Y, Z. What do you think? Nope, I'm not touching him. That's how it works with a lot of organizations. They said, no, you got an idea?
Right.
Let's see what we got going here.
Slide step to the plate. Montgomery takes a pitch low, 1-1.
Because if the bottom line is this: if a guy who was a prospect like Colson Montgomery fails, guess what? That's on everybody.
Yes.
Guess what happens though? When you get a fix, when you get it right, and you fix them, that victory is on everybody as well, and that's what he got people to buy into.
Sinker up and in, swinging a miss, 1-2.
Too often in these organizations, and I can speak from experience, I've been in two of them.
Yep.
People are too worried about who gets the credit, who gets the success. It's not about being right. It's about getting it right. And when you get it right, everybody eats.
Everybody eats.
Everybody eats. And if you don't get it right, everybody gets fired. So there you go.
You've seen it both.
I've been part of it.
Fastball. Oh, man. Framber Valdez wanted to... He touched the top of his cap, but he did not demonstrate, or wasn't demonstrative enough, I don't think. He definitely touched the top of his cap.
He's not happy. He is not getting on that rubber anytime soon.
But if he really believed in his challenge, he would have continued to indicate, no, I just challenged, guys. He did. He touched the top of his hat, and he might have gotten the call. It was close. He's trying for a little swing back on the outer half of the plate to a lefty. So that starts over in the right-handed batter's box almost, and then snaps onto the plate. The 2-2. Swinging line drive, fouled on the right field line. Vargas is 9 for 9 stealing. He took off on that pitch. Framber Valdez has been a little bit better. Not really. Stopping the runners at first base. Allowed 25 steals last year, 0 caught stealing so far this year. Way over third base side of the rubber, basically just his toes on the left foot touching the side of the rubber. Montgomery waiting on a 2-2, sixth pitch of the at-bat on the way. Soft tap foul. Did Joey Cora just glove that?
Of course he did.
Barehand that? He did, very calmly.
Because if it comes near Joey Cora, he's going to catch it.
That bounced over, and he reached up with the bare hand, caught him. Yeah, no big deal. Put it down. Upright stance for Montgomery. Vargas takes off, swinging the ground ball softly up the middle, and they get the out at second because Zach Short got a chance to field the ball right on the bag. The only way they were going to get Vargas, the ball was hit so softly, but Short made the play in time. An unassisted 6-3 double play ends the inning. Going over to cover the bag, and it turned out very well. Tigers bat in the fourth inning, down 2-1 after 3 on the Detroit Tigers Radio Network.
We should head back to our old place in the faraway town where I met you, baby. All those years pass, now I know you. How the times can change and I get a little down. Thinking about tomorrow, I get down. Was it over from the get-go? Should we call it quits and let go? I have cried many times over you. Sleepless nights, what a crime. Wasting my tears on a broken dream. Maybe I just can't forgive another mistake. Maybe I don't wanna feel this heartache. Every time you let me down, I get to thinking I don't even know why I tried. it just me? Do you feel the same? Were you up all night thinking you should maybe go your own way? Or should we stay? Try to make things right, cause I get a little down. Thinking about tomorrow, I get down. Should we call it quits and let go? I have cried many times over you. Sleepless nights, what a crime. Wasting my tears on a broken dream. And maybe I just can't forgive another mistake. Maybe I don't wanna feel this heartache. Every time you let me down, I get to thinking I don't even know why, even though I tried. Yeah, I don't know why I tried. Yeah, I don't even know why. Yeah, I don't know why I tried. We should head back.
Behind home plate. Fourth inning today is brought to you by Wallside Windows, local and family owned, celebrating 82 years as Michigan's leader in replacement windows. Injury reports coming up. The 1-1. Ground ball up the middle. That'll be fielded by Acuna, moving to his left, gloves it off his shoe tops and flips to Vargas at first. 1 up, 1 down, fourth inning. Injury report is brought to you by McLaren Health, the official healthcare system of the Detroit Tigers. As we mentioned, Kerry Carpenter, a couple of walks and a single last night. He'll play again today. He could be back with the Tigers. They're playing in Toledo, Bobby. He could be back tomorrow.
He could.
He's not far away. I guess that's what I'm saying. And AJ does keep mentioning those at-bats against Justin Verlander in the sim game, helping speed the process up a little bit. Green fouls it back to the screen, strike one.
I think, honestly, Dan,
Tampa?
Tampa, going to Florida,
Yeah.
it's warmer. I think that might be where it starts.
Strike one. Paints a sinker away.
In indoor conditions, you're gonna play baseball for 3 straight days.
Nah, we have tomorrow.
I'm not mad at it. I'm definitely not poo-pooing the idea. I'm just saying
You're just trying to think along with
a little bit.
the Tigers. The windup in the 0-2. Ground ball up the middle and into center field. What that meant for Riley Green. You were so impressed. You were kind of shaking your head at the job that Anthony Kay did against Riley Green in his first at-bat. Just nasty stuff when he struck him out on the slider.
It was nasty stuff. He threw sweeper and slider, so you've got breaking balls with different shapes. He went upstairs with 4 and 2 seams. He went downstairs with 4 and 2 seams, and he threw a cutter somewhere in that mix too. Riley Green's a really good hitter. He got carved that first at-bat, and it happens.
And now on an 0-2, he singles. Tigers' 3 hits today have all been on 0-2 pitches. Spencer Torkelson takes a pitch away. Gleyber Torres will play today. He certainly is a little bit further behind. He took part in the sim game against Justin Verlander the other day, but he was not allowed to swing. He could only track pitches. But he's swinging pain-free. Torque takes a strike on the inner half of the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. And if he's feeling good and he feels like he's seeing the ball well, and they're looking at the at-bats, every single at-bat, looking at the swings, he certainly could be back this week. Maybe even in Tampa, the 1-1 in the dirt. The always thing to think about is if he feels really good after, let's say he plays today and tomorrow, it's an off day in the minor leagues on Monday.
Yep.
And if he's feeling really good, who knows? He might join the Tigers as well. I get the feeling he's going to be a little bit later.
And again, we've talked about it a couple times because we've had this injury over the last few years. The oblique is something else, man. You got to make sure you are way over the hurdle with the oblique.
Torque takes a sinker away at 94. A rare 3-ball count. There were a couple in the first inning. First 3-ball count since Matt Vierling in the first. Man on, a man out. Tigers down a run. 3-1 pitch. Ground ball, base hit into left field. Squeezed it by Acuna, who was shaded toward third base. 2 ground ball singles back-to-back. You don't see that very often. It's one of the things that AJ was talking about with Torque. He's been asked about him a lot this year, obviously, Bobby. And one of the points AJ was making was we need to see hits. Of course, you're looking for the power. But in between the home runs, we need to see some production and some base hits. Hunt the base hits, and there's a good example.
I'm a huge believer in that. We've talked about it everybody's focused on the homer.
Right.
The double's an extra base hit, too. Let's not lose track of that. And also, too, every now and then, just get a hit. Get something hard somewhere, and it's okay.
Jemai Jones at the plate. Changeup blowing in. Ball one. Opportunity for the Tigers. Part of the amazing statistic of the walk-off losses this year, put whatever descriptor you want on it, there are many that apply. There have been 7 walk-off losses.
Some can be said on air, most can't.
Jones takes a pitch up and in. But, Bobby, part of the equation in every one of those is an inability for the Tigers' offense to add on to early runs.
Yes.
That was the case yesterday. The Tigers have been taking the lead plenty, and they just have not been winning when they do. Pitch inside. Wow. Jemai Jones takes a cutter. 3-0. His plate discipline is growing. Now let's see that ball start to jump off his bat. Give him the green light here. Let him hit it a mile. 2 on, 1 out. Tigers down a run. We're in the 4th. The 3-0. Strike towards the four-seam fastball in. Major League Baseball teams score first, even if it's 1-0. When they score first through the years, it's pretty steady. They win about 60% of the time. You win 60% of the time, you win 96 games. Ground ball to third base. That's going to be 2. Montgomery to my draw to Vargas. 5-4-3, inning-ending double play. Couple of singles and no more for the Tigers who head to the bottom of the 4th, 2-1 Chicago. This is the home of Detroit Tigers.
Can talk to me the way girl talk, the man fall back, come correct. All vanity, this life it beat the man, till a man come regret. You probably see Columbus search the word for the word intellect. One trying to see the one consequence, just full of one come collect.
Valdez has faced now the minimum 9 batters since the game started with double walk, line out, sacrifice fly, strikeout. Wild pitch scored the other run. Grichuk swings and it's a high fly ball to center field, right to Matt Vierling. To his right, to his left, makes the catch, and Grichuk flies out. Let's pause for station identification on the Detroit Tigers Radio Network. Instant replay brought to you every game by the Sam Bernstein Law Firm. When you need the right call made, 1-800-CALL-SAM. Framber Valdez starting to throw a few more strike ones. Changeup sails up and away. Ball one on Edgar Caro. Sacrifice fly in a 3-1 pitch. He had a tough time throwing strike ones in the first inning. Now the last 9 batters. 6 of 9 have seen strike one. Shot to third, gloved by Kevin McGonigal. He reached down, put the glove on the dirt, caught the ball before it hit dirt. Carroll lines out for the second out here in the fourth inning. 4 pitches, 2 outs for Andrew Benintendi. Breeze today blowing from left to right. Very fair dimensions, as I mentioned earlier. This ballpark used to play small, but it has not been that way for a while now. Benintendi fouls it out of play. And again, it's not just because the Sox have had bad teams in recent years. It's always the Sox totals here and on the road as well. And this ballpark plays just slightly south of hitter-friendly, or neutral, if you will. So it's kind of a little more pitcher-friendly in recent years. Benintendi takes a pitch in the dirt. And if you look across the last 4 years, it reliably holds down singles, doubles, triples with a home run factor right around average. So very middle of the pack to bottom third, depending on which category you're looking at. But if you just want to look at runs, this is not the ballpark. Just seemed to be, well, it used to. It used to play a little more hitter-friendly. White Sox team has been bombing the ball this year, but their home runs pretty evenly divided home and road. Sinker, swing and a miss. Oof. Left on left sinker with some serious movement at the plate.
That was nasty right there. Probably the best one he's thrown today, in my opinion. Just ate up Benintendi.
The 2-2, swing and a miss, and he finishes him off with a slider away. Framber Valdez is rolling now. He's faced a minimum 12 batters since the first 3 batters of the game reached. Just one base runner. He was erased on a double play. Tigers bat in the 5th, down 2-1 after 4 on the Detroit Tigers radio. Acuna Jr. will get around it, flip on the run to get Russell Perez by a full step at first base. They had 8 regulars, league average OPS or better. Green, Torkelson, Carpenter, McKinstry, Torres, Dingler, Keith, and Perez. Top 5 offense, and that's why the Tigers didn't do a whole lot in the offseason after they re-signed Gleyber Torres, accepted the qualifying offer. They knew they were going to add Kevin McGonigal probably. And they had that. Now, they're not all going to progress, but there was reason to believe that you had the core. They were almost all 27 years old or younger. A core that could certainly build on last year, and it just hasn't happened.
No, it hasn't. I mean, injuries have derailed a lot of that.
Lee takes a pitch away.
Regression has derailed some of that too.
Yeah. And we talked about it a little bit yesterday when you subtract 4 regulars, Baez, Torres, Meadows, Carpenter. No matter what their production was, ground ball sharply off the mound into center field. Haju Lee, good swing first time up, sharp single to center on a 2-0. With 1 out in the 5th inning, he's standing on first base representing the potential tying run. When you subtract that many regular hitters, you're just putting people into spots where they maybe aren't as comfortable and or not getting them the rest that they might need, the occasional day off. Right now, McGonigal, Green, Perez, Vierling not getting days off almost at all. Haju Lee not able to set him up for success against lefties. Zach Short takes a strike. There's just a ripple effect when you take that many regular bats out of the lineup.
No doubt about it. I mean, you look at the production that was had last year, and then whether it be injury or just regression or just having a tough start versus what's happened this year, it's just tough to.
Zach Short swings and misses at a changeup and falls behind 0-2.
You're asking guys to do things that, not that they're not capable of doing, but that's not their strong suit. Let's put it like that.
The 0-2 in the dirt. Snap throw back to first. Haju Lee gets back. No tag applied by Vargas on the throw from Caro. Let's face it, the offense, it's been a really, really tough stretch. The Tigers have lost 19 of 23. In that stretch, the Tigers' offense has averaged barely 2.5 runs a game while hitting 198. The 1-2 away. Torres and Carpenter coming back. I'm guessing both within the next week. Certainly lifts the offense. Parker Meadows is obviously not coming back for a while. But the presence of Javi Baez is also a factor.
That's to me, that's a part that is not getting talked about enough. Javi Baez was outstanding last year. I think he was energized by the move to center field. It freed him up a little bit. It just gave him an opportunity to spread his wings a little bit. And then what you got, not only did you get his quality center fielder, I think you got a better shortstop when he came back in. He was more engaged. And also, you saw what he was doing at the plate. He said, hey, I got to do something here, boys. I got to hold my weight here.
Swinging a foul off of the catcher, Carroll. The ball dribbles toward first. Carroll's going to need a moment after taking another shot. He's gotten worked. Getting worked over a little bit behind home plate today. My goodness.
We're not even halfway through this thing. He's getting beat up already. A couple foul balls off the glove hand there. Awkward spot off the glove hand, off the thumb, I believe. He's again beat up. That one was off his thigh. You got to be a little different to decide when you're a kid. I'm going to go back here and take this beating. So, tip of the cap to catchers out there.
And then I'll become a major league manager. Flip over to first.
Exactly.
If that was on the money, they would have picked off Haju Lee. He was taking a step in the other direction. Trying to go first move. This is a lefty you can run on, Anthony Kay. Kay works first base side of the rubber, sets, holds the glove at the letters, pauses, 2-2, check swing foul back to the screen. Tigers have not drawn a walk today. They drew plenty in the game yesterday, 7 walks total, but they only had 1 hit after the 4th inning. Down 2-1 here in the 5th. Upright stands for Zach Short, knees slightly flexed, tucks that left shoulder in as he cocks the bat high over the right. 2-2. Away. He can work an at bat.
Good AB here by Zach Short. He's really forcing Anthony Kay to come to him.
Short has drawn 6 walks with 8 strikeouts. So far, just 3 for 24, but 3 for his last 11 coming into play today. Kay sets the 3-2, down and in. I mean, seriously, that's an impressive at-bat.
Yes, it is.
And 7 walks, 8 strikeouts for Zach Short in his limited playing time. It's not easy to draw a walk and work an at-bat when you don't play much. Good job by Zach Short to put a couple of men on.
It takes some discipline, too, because, again, when you're not playing a ton, you get in there, you want to swing the bat. You want to earn some more at-bats by getting hits and hitting the ball hard. So that's a tribute to Zach Short. Stayed ready, stayed within his plan and patience, and he worked the walk.
Tiger lefties today. There are only 2 of them, McGonigal and Green, as you might guess. Have 2 hits and 4 at-bats against Kay. McGonigal at the plate. First pitch. Sweeper. Backs up. Strike 1 on the inner third. Lefties had 3 hits and 45 at-bats coming in. Tiger lefties today 2 for 4. 2 on, 1 out. This begins the 3rd trip through the lineup for Kay. He has been at his very best 3rd trip through. Swinging a ground ball right side. It'll be fielded by Mydroth. He's going to turn third down to second for 1. They'll throw back to first. No chance to get McGonigal. It's a nice play by Chase Mydroth, ranging far to his left and then turning and getting the man at second base, Zach Short. Runners at the corners, 2 outs for Dylan Dingler.
That is a fantastic play by Chase Mydroth. He had to go quite a ways to catch that bounding ball and then spin over his left shoulder, delivered a strike to Acuna. Acuna threw it to first. Probably should have put that one in his pocket. No harm, no foul there. But that was an excellent play by Chase Mydroth right there.
Not many second basemen turn and throw to second.
No.
On that ball. Dingler today is grounded out and hit a soft line drive that was caught by Mydroth at second. Mydroth plays him up the middle. The outfield doesn't move much. They're just about straight up. First pitch to Dingler. Change up away. Ball 1. Home run in the game last night provided the Tigers only 2 runs until they scored in the 10th inning. Outfield plays him deep. Breeze blowing left to right at the moment. Coming in and swirling. You can see it swirl down on the playing surface. Cutter called strike. It's a hard cutter. 91 in. As Bobby mentioned, the fastball cruises at 96. Been up to 97 today. Tigers looking for a big 2-out hit here in the 5th inning. Down a run. Chance to tie it up or take the lead. Dingler really spreads out in that right-handed batter's box. Knees bent, bends at the waist toward the plate. Cocks bat high over the right shoulder. Swings and hits a ground ball softly to short. Acuna will field and flip to Vargas at first. Dingler grounds out. The Tigers threaten, do not score. Strand a couple. We head to the bottom of the 5th inning. 2-1 Chicago White Sox. This is the home of Detroit Tigers baseball. 2 runs. Framber Valdez has needed just 33 pitches the last 3 innings. Bunt down the third base line, fielded by McGonigal, throws to first, and they got him! Oh, what a play on each end. McGonigal had to make the decision whether to field it or let it go. He thought it would stay fair, and I think he was right. He fielded it and threw about halfway to home. The throw pulled Torkelson into foul territory, kept his foot on the bag ahead of a very speedy runner. They get Acuna to start the 5th.
Yeah, Acuna bunted a ball that was up, and because it was up, it kept him in the box a little longer than he wanted to. It was up that third base line, but McGonigal came in, made the decision to catch it. The footwork at first base by Spencer Torkelson was special. He picked that ball in foul territory, shifted with his left foot to his right foot on first base, and caught the ball and stayed on. That was outstanding.
Bobby, that's a real skill. Antonacci check swing tap foul.
Dan, the first guy I ever saw do that with regularity and with great footwork was Pujols. He was really one of those first guys to go back behind the bag and use that as a means of catching the ball. You've seen that. Some guys are very poor at it. Torque has become very good at it.
Sinker high and tight. Ooh, hits the called strike. And that's why we're going to continue to talk about all the little things that go into this position, Bobby, to play it well. Because Spencer Torkelson, I know we've talked about it, but I'm going to keep talking about it until we beat the algorithm into understanding.
Into submission. You will recognize him as a good first baseman.
The 0-2 swing and a miss. A strikeout of Antonacci for the second out. No, we're absolutely going to do that. Because of what you just talked about. There are all these little things that go into playing first base beyond just, is he good to his right? Which is where every first baseman gets dinged, as we've talked about. Scooping the ball.
Yep.
Footwork around the bag, adjusting from left foot to right foot to go from fair territory to foul territory. Knowing when to back up, knowing when to go get a ball. All those things. He made a play last night. Terrific diving stop. The throws to the pitcher covering. He made 2 of those last night. And he grades out really poorly. Ground ball to shortstop, scooped up on the in-between hop by Zach Short. He'll flip it over to first to Spencer Torkelson, and that is a nice 1-2-3. Framber Valdez has faced a minimum of 15 batters after the game started, with the first 3 Sox batters reaching. We played 5. Tigers down by 1. 2-1 White Sox on the Detroit Tigers Radio Network.
Had to clean up all her mess and burn the vintage dress. 45 till I die. Wow, I set my house on fire. Break the chains, I'm coming through. Try to catch me lying fools. Ask me twice, won't blink my eyes. 'Cause this
team is, and our home is right here in Detroit.
Matt Vierling leads off for the Tigers' first pitch. 94-mile-an-hour fastball, strike 1. 3, 4, 5 hitters. Now is the time. Tigers to put some pressure on Anthony Kay. Third trip through opposing orders. Opponents have hit .210 with no power. Ground ball softly deep into short on one hop. Backhanded by Acuna with a dive. Throws to first. Not in time. What a play by Acuna at shortstop. Dove to his right. Backhands the one hopper. Pops up and almost gets Vierling at first.
He's deep in the hole at shortstop, too. Completely prone on his belly, on his feet quickly. Throws a dart over to Vargas at first base.
Bobby, he popped up so fast.
And that's the thing. That for me is one of the skills that is underrated. It's one thing to lay out. It's one thing to have a cannon. How quickly can you get to your feet under balance to get something on that throw? That was unbelievable from Acuna.
Riley Green, fly ball, right field, not deep. Grichuk moves to his left to make the catch, drops the ball, and it is not a play. Throw to second. Got him. Oh, man. Matt Vierling had to hold by first. I can't believe Grichuk just threw him out at second base.
Nothing to do there.
Tigers are going to challenge the call at second by Edwin Moscoso. So Grichuk, routine fly, drops it. First base umpire Nick Lentz says, not a catch. Vierling takes off for second because, again, he's hanging near first, and he couldn't beat the throw. According to Moscoso live, I thought he maybe got the hand in. Not an easy play for an umpire.
I had him safe, too, but, again...
Why are the umpires conferring if
I
the
have no
Tigers
idea.
The Tigers want to challenge the call. Why aren't they reviewing it?
And AJ's on this top step, too. Like, what are we doing here? It's easy. Just challenge it.
They're conferring. So Grichuk goes over, just a very routine catch, and he
hits him right in the palm of the glove. Yep.
I've never seen this, Bobby. Asking for... They're challenging the call at second.
Detroit is challenging the out call at second base.
Okay. We knew that. Were they conferring on whether it was a catch?
That could have been it. I mean, that's the only rational
But
explanation.
that also is reviewable by replay if it's beyond the umpire, not in front of the umpire. I mean, the Tigers are just saying, no, we're asking for the... All right, so here's our first look at it. He's safe. Hand is on the bag. Great stretch by Acuna at second base.
Talk about the throw by Grichuk. That was an absolute hose from right field.
All I can think of is the Gage Workman play at third base in New York. I think the right hand is on the bag.
It's
before
close,
the glove, before the ball's in the pocket of the glove. Do you agree? Unfortunately, the look we're getting is a little bit blurred, and the hand is obscured by the right knee of Acuna.
And that is why
New York's going to say,
And that is why on what we're getting, I can't say yes to that.
Why is it every view blurry? Why is there no frame by frame, 300 frame a second shot? They're not going to overturn it.
Major League Baseball doesn't have it, man. They can't afford it. It costs too much. Just like the cameras on top of
I mean, just because your iPhone can do that, I mean, you can't expect a camera in
Right.
a ballpark to do that.
Can't do that. They don't have that. Costs too much. Not in the budget.
I'm seeing a hand on the base before the ball's in the pocket. Major League Baseball will say, no, we just can't possibly tell. No, that's clear.
After review, the call in the field is overturned.
There
The
we
runner
go.
is safe. And Detroit will retain their challenge.
Way to go, Major League Baseball. Will Venables on his way to the mound. Infield single, dropped fly ball, as routine a catch as you could ask an outfielder to make. And instead of a man on, one out, it's two on. Nobody out at the end of the day for Anthony Kay. Tigers down a run. Threatening here in the sixth inning. Sixth inning is brought to you by the Jack Demmer Automotive Group. Go and experience the Demmer difference. 2-1 Sox. And while they make the pitching change, we'll pause to these words on the Detroit Tigers Radio Network. Pitching change brought to you by the Sam Bernstein Law Firm. Spencer Torkelson takes first pitch curveball from Grant Taylor, right-hander. Debuted last year. Ups and downs in 37 innings. He's been nearly, not unhittable, but he's been just hard to hit this year. Big arm Bobby, a lot of swing and miss. Torkelson takes a fastball at 97, strike 2.
Yeah, Dan, you talked about it. It's Thunder. Average fastball, 98 miles an hour, 4-seam fastball, 2-seam fastball, curved slider. He'll mix the cutter in every so often. Right over the top.
0-2, swing and miss. Torque was late. Took a little off the fastball, 97. Cole Keith will pinch hit. This is a righty who has been tougher on lefties by a significant margin each of his first 2 years. Last year they hit 220 with no power. This year they're hitting 180 with no power. A righty with the opposite platoon split. First pitch to Cole Keith. Pours the fastball in. Not only the power arm, a lot of times you'll see a young pitcher with a power arm and doesn't have any idea where it's going. 9 walks, 40 strikeouts in 28 innings for Grant Taylor. Strike 1. Curveball misses now. 1 ball, 1 strike. And it's a pretty simple 1-2 punch to get out lefties. Fastball, curveball. Checks Vierling at second base. Curveball high and tight. Keith leans back out of the way, falls out of that left-handed batter's box.
2-1 right here. Cole Keith's going to get a fastball.
2-1, swinging a fly ball, right center field. Grichuk, who's going to take charge? Oh boy, Nishida took charge, cut in front of Grichuk. Nobody really took charge until the end. Made the catch and held Vierling at second base. Wasn't great communication there, but they avoided the collision.
They did avoid the collision. The veteran Grichuk yielded to the rookie Nishida. He's the center fielder. He's the captain. And Nishida's got a cannon. He is not a big man, but he has got a hose out there in center field.
He really does.
And likes to throw.
Brings up Wenzel Perez. Bat starting to heat up. First pitch curveball for called strike 1. Home run. Ground ball last time up. Upright, relaxed stance from the left side. Fastball at the knees for a called strike 2. 99 at the knees. Wenzel 5 for his last 19. Doesn't sound like much, but 3 home runs, 3 walks, and 1 strikeout. 0-2, swinging a soft tap foul. The bat-to-ball skills have been actually pretty decent in this really tough start for Wenzel. Yeah. But we just might be seeing the beginning of a turnaround for him. Trying to deliver a big 2-out hit. Tigers down 2-1. The 0-2. Strike 3 called. Challenged.
The strike hitter is challenging the call of strike.
I think he's going to win it.
I think he's right.
We hear the groan from the crowd.
The call is overturned to a ball. Detroit has 1 challenge remaining.
Pitch counts are brought to you every game by Rocket Mortgage. Own the dream for Framber Valdez. 64 pitches through 5. Reliever on for the Sox. The 1-2, swinging a foul out of play. He just drove a 99-mile-an-hour fastball up and away. That's a good foul from Wenzel Perez.
It's a really simple delivery, and he comes over the top with thunder. Like you said, the left-handers, it's heater, curveball. That's it.
The 1-2 again. Swinging a ground ball softly to second base. My drop down to a knee to field it. We'll flip it to Vargas at first. Tigers get their first 2 on. Can't advance either. We head to the bottom of the 6th inning in Chicago. Still 2-1 White Sox. This is the home of Detroit Tigers baseball.
All in one stop and always open when you need us.
Strikeout updates are brought to you every game by Carbliss, the official ready-to-drink canned cocktail of the Detroit Tigers. Shaky beginning for Framber Valdez. Strong since the first three batters reached. One base runner. And that base runner raced on a double play, so he's faced a minimum 15 batters. After the game started with double, walk, and there was a wild pitch in there. 2 runs to the Sox. Mydroth pulls the hands in. Called strike one from Vic Carapazza. Sunny, beautiful day on the south side of Chicago. Glad to have you along. White Sox with a 2-1 lead. Changeup down and away. Mydroth, good contact skills, swings and misses. Takes him down to a knee. No balls, 2 strikes. Holds the hands low with the bat upright and then cocks it over the shoulder as the pitch comes in. Ground ball fouled on the third base line. Kevin McGonigal's just playing the heck out of third base, Bobby.
He is. This guy's a baseball player. You know, you give him a little opportunity to learn the position over there. And he's playing it like he's played it his whole life. Mainly a shortstop, obviously, coming up through high school and even early on in his minor league career.
0-2, soft little tapper to the right side. Lee will charge, flip with his glove to get Mydroth. A nice play. We've seen him do that a couple of times. The flip's from about 15, 20 feet away, but you better be accurate with it. And he has been, and that is a big first out to start the 6th.
Another good play by the Tiger defense. That's that ball, Dan. We talk about the nuance at first base. You see an inexperienced first baseman go one step too far.
Yep.
Torque wanted to, but he didn't. He retreated. And you could see Haju Lee call him off and then made a tremendous glove flip to him. That's a nice play.
Yeah, if he goes for that ball, Framber might not beat Mydroth to the bag.
That's right.
Vargas at the plate, swings and fouls a fastball out of play, strike one. Check some scores from around baseball from the 1-800-CALL SAM Studio Scoreboard, brought to you by Meijer, the official grocery retailer of the Detroit Tigers radio network. Vargas swings and taps it foul on the ground behind home plate and falls behind. No balls, 2 strikes. Lots of afternoon action. It's a lot of 4 o'clock starts, or not quite at 4 o'clock. A whole bunch of games in the first inning. Line drive to left field. Riley Green over, reaches down and makes the catch. Sharply hit on an 0-2. There has been little hard contact in this game against Framber Valdez. Vargas with a good swing, but it's the second out of the 6th inning. San Diego, Washington, Kansas City, Texas, L.A., Tampa Bay, Minnesota, and Pittsburgh, all scoreless in the first inning. Toronto and Baltimore scoreless as well. Tampa Bay holding onto a 1.5 game lead over the Yankees in the East. They are 20-5 at home. Tigers will be playing there starting on Monday. Montgomery swings and hits a fly ball to left. This one's deep. Riley Green going back, looking up. It's off the top of the wall. Green will field, throw to second, but Montgomery gets in. Whoa, just ahead of the tag. Fine throw. Ayuli applied the tag. Montgomery doubles. He missed hitting his 14th home run by about 3 feet.
That ball was rifled off his bat. It was a sinker 96 away. He thought he clipped him.
Yep.
That's why he didn't get out of the box. He got about 3/4 of the way to first base and kicked it into gear, realized it wasn't going to be out. That's why it was close. Riley did uncork a very good throw, but Colson Montgomery was there in plenty of time.
Riley Green has played the ball off the wall in this series just about as well as you can.
He really has.
Balls over the head. He has turned and played. He hasn't gotten beaten by the wall, and he rarely does. Hasn't been beaten by the wall really this entire season, but kind of an underrated skill. You see a lot of outfielders get caught by the wall. They go back too far, don't play the hop. Randall Grichuk lined out, fine leaping grab from McGonigal at third base, and a fly ball 0 for 2, spreads out. And the right-handed batter's box, line drive to right, that's sinking, but right to Winslow Perez. He was ready to throw home, and then realized, no, that is the third out. He saw Montgomery running. Line out, 2 line drive outs to end the 6th inning. Pitch count remains low for Framber Valdez. And he's pitching very well, but the Tigers need to get this offense going. We head to the 7th inning, down 2-1 on the Detroit Tigers Radio Network. front of the White Sox dugout. Crowd boos like, hey, don't be throwing the bat at our guys.
I did that one time in 14 seasons where I lost the bat in my hand. But I played with guys that did it every other week.
And you never understood it.
I never got it. Like, how do you not have enough stick 'em? What is it?
You're told to grip the bat loosely, right? But when you're swinging, you're actually supposed to grip it tighter.
Well, naturally, it's just,
The 1-1, swing and a miss. This is really good stuff. This is a power arm, and you can just see the life at the plate.
I can see him getting leverage back in.
Wow.
20.
Real soon.
Yeah.
1-2 fastball got him. Painted the outside corner at 99. Ayuli didn't like the call, but didn't challenge. He would have lost if he had. I mean, you locate 99 like that, painting it away. Look out.
This is a dude, he's going to get outs 25, 6, and 7 at some point in his career. It might be sooner than we think. This is big stuff from Taylor.
1 run, 6 hits for the Tigers, 2 runs, 3 hits for the White Sox. Zach McKinstry comes into the game. Welcome to the game. You're going to get to face a guy who's throwing 99 with movement. Snaps off a curveball that misses away. Zach's hitting 162. Has not been able to get this bat going. Swinging a foul out of play. I'm assuming this is not the kind of guy you want to face when you're still trying to find that good stroke at the plate.
This is one of those where, you look down at the end of the bench, Skip says, get ready to hit, and you're like, are you sure?
Fastball zips up and in. 97 misses. 2-1. 7th inning brought to you by Snethkamp Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Snethkamp Automotive Family has been celebrating 100 years, 4 great Michigan locations. Foul ball, foul down to our left. We're perched above home plate, great vantage point here at Guaranteed Rate Field. High above home plate, just to the third base side. This is a booth where you can get a foul ball. The 2-2, swinging a foul. Good rip at a fastball, 98 above the belt. Left side of the infield, that's Montgomery at third, Acuna at short, shades to the right. The outfield plays Zach to go to the left. Fastball fouled out of play. He's going to see at least 7 pitches in this trip to the plate. Anthony Kay started for the White Sox. He went 5 plus 2 batters, 1 run on 6 hits, 1 walk, 3 strikeouts. 2-2 again, swinging a line drive down the right field line, hooking. That would have been such a good ball to stay fair for Zach McKinstry.
I mean, it's been heater after heater. He got a curveball in the middle he could handle. Zach got that barrel out, and it just went foul. This is a good battle right here. This is a good at-bat by McKinstry.
Yep. Digs back in, upright, relaxed stance. 2-2 again, swinging a foul. That's a good foul.
Yes, it is.
That's a riding fastball out of the strike zone, but couldn't take a chance.
Dan, these are the at-bats sometimes that can get you right, regardless of what happens. Zach McKinstry's path is short. He's on top of the baseball, because if you're below it, you're going to get beat by these heaters.
2-2, swinging a pop-up, foul, and out of play. So maybe this is exactly the pitcher you need to face. Seriously, sometimes if you're having a bat like this.
I would love for Zach McKinstry to work a walk or hit a ball hard somewhere and get a hit. But again, sometimes this is what you need. He's really short right now, very quick, getting loaded on time.
2-2, check swing. Went too far in the pitch in the dirt. The curveball gets him. Carroll throws down to Vargas to complete the strikeout. 10-pitch battle. Won in the end by the pitcher Taylor.
That's tough. The guy's throwing 99, 97, 98, 99, moving the four-seam fastball all around the zone. Then he strike the balls you with an 86-mile-an-hour curveball.
Kevin McGonigal batting. First pitch curveball, low and inside. 2-1 White Sox from the 7th. Today's game brought to you in part by Corwell Health, reminding you together we can overcome any obstacle, fight any battle. From the full windup, Taylor's 1-0. Curveball back-to-back, and that's a beauty. Snaps it off for strike 1. Outfield plays McGonigal the same way as McKinstry. Infield shifts to the right. The outfield shifts the other way. Plan to go the opposite way against this fireballer. Another curveball, backdoor, called strike. That's a 1-2 punch.
It's filthy.
The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Reared back and fired 99 shoulder high. McGonigal couldn't lay off. He'd been set up nearly perfectly. 7th inning stretch time in Chicago, brought to you by DTE. Score energy savings this season. Manage your energy bill when you visit DTEnergy.com/save energy. 2-1 Sox at the stretch. This is the home of Detroit Tigers baseball. This game started with a double. Chase Mydroth ripped a double to left field. Vargas walked on a 3-2 pitch. Montgomery walked on a 3-2 pitch. The 1-0 curveball beauty over the middle of the plate and then down and in, called strike. 1-1 on Caro. Framber Valdez, since that start, has faced one batter over the minimum. Next 19 batters, 2 reached, 1 erased on a double play, 1 a double. Caro takes a pitch away. Caro saw a 3-ball count in the first inning. Unofficially on my scorecard, no other batter has faced a 3-ball count since. Hardly a 2-ball count. Fly ball left field. This one's deep. It's trouble. Gone. Edgar Caro hits his second home run of the year, and that is a big add-on run for the White Sox. 3-1 lead here in the 7th.
Then that was a hanging breaking ball down and in. Got a curveball, 79 miles an hour. Caro dropped the barrel on and elevated into their own bullpen. He was out in front of it a little bit, and you see it so often. Sometimes guys are out in front of it a little bit, and if it's up, they barrel it, they backspin it, and it goes just far enough to get over the fence.
Benintendi takes a slider that backs up inside ball 1. Framber Valdez, one of the very best in baseball for the last several years, including this year, limiting the extra base power. Swinging a foul out of play. Benintendi, 1 ball, 1 strike. He'd only given up 6 home runs in 67 innings of work. 3 home runs in 1 game in 3 innings against Boston. 3 in the other 63 before that home run. 0-2, fly ball hooking down the right field line. That's going to drop. Extra bases for Benintendi. Wenzel Perez over to get it. Benintendi will shut it down at second base. Fly ball in the right spot. A home run double to start the 7th inning. Let's pause right now for station identification on the Detroit Tigers Radio Network. Bo Brisky getting loose in the Tigers bullpen. Just activated yesterday when Casey Mize went on the injured list. Infield now joins Framber Valdez for a conference at the back of the mound. Pat on the back from Dylan Dingler to Framber Valdez. Home run double. He had been rolling, but the last 3 batters of last inning all hit the ball hard on a line. Riley Green caught a line drive out. Line drive double for Montgomery. Just missed a home run. Grichuk lined out. And now this inning has started with a home run and a fly ball double. Luis Angel Acuna. Blazing speed. Doesn't really have that hit tool, or hasn't shown it yet at the major league level. Shows bunt, takes a curveball, ball 1.
Yeah, torqued way in on the grass. Playing for that. McGonigal's reading whether the ball's going to come to him or not.
1-0, swinging a little pop fly, shallow right field. That might advance the base runner. I think it will. Benintendi, no? Wow, a lot of guys go on that ball. Benintendi did not. Routine fly ball out for the first out here in the 7th inning. That brings up Sam Antonacci.
Does a nice job of getting behind that ball from Wenzel Perez. You're right. I fully expected Benintendi to try to advance there. Even take a shot right there. It's 3-1 ball game. It's in the 7th. Get that extra 90 is important. But Wenzel made a nice throw.
Antonacci has struck out twice today against Framber Valdez. First pitch sinker, very close, off the plate away. 2 lefties coming up. Nishida is in the on-deck circle. For 1-0, swinging a foul over the screen. 1 ball, 1 strike. Man, what a big run. Tigers down a run. Caro just has never really hit in his limited time in the major leagues. Hits a home run to make it a 3-1 game. The 1-1 slider misses. 2-1 on Antonacci. Having a very good year, hitting .290. Just solid bat-to-ball skills in his rookie season. Pretty aggressive. Doesn't swing and miss much. The 2-1. Soft ground ball to second base. Hao Yu Lee will charge field. The waist-high bounce underhand flip to Torkelson for the 2nd out. 4-3 put out. Benintendi ends up on 3rd. And that'll leave it up to Nishida.
They better be heads up on the right side of the diamond here. He may bring one with him, even with 2 outs. He's shown the ability to handle the bat this series. Had the bunt last night on the safety squeeze.
Tigers playing at the corners to guard against the bunt. First pitch, fastball high and tight, ball 1. Just up in the major leagues, hit .320. Little power, but great strike zone discipline. Threw a lot of walks. Hit righties, hit lefties. The 1-0. Swinging a ground ball, base it into right. Benintendi scores 4-1 White Sox.
Just a sinker in. You said it, bat-to-ball skills. He's hit in the minor leagues. Righties, lefties, didn't matter. Hit the ball hard on the ground somewhere, good things happen for him, and that's exactly what happened. Poke went through that right side.
Tigers going to make a pitching change. 2 gigantic runs here in the 7th for Chicago. While they make the change, we'll pause to these words on the Detroit Tigers radio. second year last year. Don't even look at the numbers from last year. He was never really healthy. Just 22 innings of work. Struggle. 2024 is what we're remembering because by the end of that year, his stuff was electric.
It was thunder.
Last year was an ankle injury that led to an elbow injury. Yoshida takes off, fly ball, center field. Matt Brilling going back. He's tracking it, and he'll make the catch. One step from the warning track. Mydroth drove Brilling deep. First pitch that Brisky throws in 2026 is a line drive out. 2 gigantic runs for the Sox. We head to the 8th inning, 4-1 Chicago on the Detroit Tigers Radio Network. He is protecting in the 8th.
I saw Dominguez last night. 1 inning, 1 strikeout. Everything else was clean.
Sinker misses away at 97. 2 big power arms back to back. Our first look at Grant Taylor. Impressive. Dominguez works toward the third base side of the rubber from the stretch. Sinks it 97. Dingler taps it foul down the third base line. 1 run, 6 hits for the Tigers. 4 runs, 6 hits, 1 error for the White Sox. Tigers scored their run in the 3rd inning on a Wenzel Perez home run. 2-1. Fastball perfect. Paints down and away at 96.
Dang, as good as Taylor was, there's still some sentiment around this organization to start him. He was a starter in college and through the minor leagues. That's thunder we saw.
Fly ball left field, deep, going back, diving, and Antonacci makes a catch onto the track. He was tracking it, but then he had to lay out at the end. And Antonacci, the rookie, takes an extra base hit away from Dylan Dingler.
That is the hardest ball for a left fielder. That ball that's hit hard, but it's hooking away from you, comes off the bat of a right-handed hitter. He got back there, had to bow his rod a little bit, then finally laid out. That's a heck of a play and paid the price for it because he landed on the warning track.
Pretty fired up, pounding the dirt. Gage Workman will pinch hit. First pitch tight. Sweeper, 84, over the plate, strike 1. It's been a well-played game today.
It sure has.
Both sides. Grichuk the only error on a routine. As you said, he's a good defender, but there have been plays made all over the diamond today. Fastball runs away. McGonigal's made 2 good plays at third. Hayu Lee's made a couple of nice plays at second. Weidroth has made a nice play. And Tanachi. Curveball bounces 2-1 on Gage Workman. He's pinch hitting for Matt Vierling. Tigers need base runners. They just haven't been able to put together many innings where they're putting pressure on opponents right now. Just game after game, and it doesn't feel like it's going to change until you start getting, starting this week, we hope, Carpenter, Torres back. Again, Baez wasn't sizzling at the plate, but it's a veteran bat who's not bad in that number 9 slot. The 3-1, soft ground ball back to the mound, fielded by Dominguez. A run toward first, flip it. 2 up, 2 down, 8th inning. 8th inning is brought to you by Varsity Ford in Ann Arbor. Hardest working player brought to you every game by Carhartt. Proud to support Detroit Tigers baseball, the hardworking people who make it possible. Riley Green takes fastball 96 above the belt, and it called strike 1. Acuna at shortstop, shades up the middle. Montgomery basically where the hole would normally be between short and third. The strike 1. Bounces a splitter. Riley's 1 for 3 today. Just nobody able to jumpstart this offense right now, and the lack of power is pretty glaring over these last now 24 games. Splitter, swing and a miss. Terrific action away from Riley Green.
It's a nasty pitch from Sir Anthony Dominguez. He likes that splitter, especially the lefties. 22% of the time, lefties are going to get that pitch.
From the third base side from the stretch, Dominguez delivers a 1-2 splitter that bounces. Torque is waiting on deck. This is their closer. Dominguez is usually a 1 inning at a time closer. But again, the good managers bring in their closers, quote unquote, in the 8th if it's the biggest part of the lineup. And that's what Will Venable did. Swing and a miss. Riley Green strikes out, and he just got the 2, 3, 4 hitters. Great defense to start. Easy tapper strikeout to end the 8th inning for the Tigers. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning. 4-1 White Sox. This is the home of Detroit Tigers baseball.
I feel your heart and know that there's
pitch slider hung up a little bit. But he gets a swing and miss from Miguel Vargas, 2-3-4 hitters. Nice chat with Bo yesterday. He really was feeling good. Groin injury, remember, suffered during spring training, swinging a foul out of play. It took him a while, and talk about this with Troy Melton as well, just to get that good feeling and the good actions going down the hill.
Yeah.
And that's what spring training is for. And so then he has the groin injury, and now he's trying to do it on rehab assignments. He said the numbers weren't great. He gave up some runs last few times out, but he said everything felt great coming out of his hand. 2 types of fastball, slider, changeup. He felt good with his delivery. And he said, looking back at some of the at-bats, he knows exactly what he did wrong. Maybe got squeezed on a couple of calls. He's not too worried about where he is in terms of giving up some runs on the rehab assignment. He's feeling very good coming back. And he could be huge for this bullpen. 1-2, swing and a miss. That's the pitch that he's really happiest about, Bobby. Bullet slider at 90 with sharp late break.
Yeah, that's nasty. Bo Brisky's got a good arm, 95, 96. He'll get to the upper limits in 7s and 8s. But if he can do that, he can locate that fastball. He's got that good changeup and that bullet slider. He can add that third pitch and use it when he needs to. That can be a real difference maker for Bo Brisky.
Carson Montgomery at the plate. First pitch, high fly ball. I mean high. Is it playable? Perez back looking up, and it's gone. Colson Montgomery with his 14th of the year. 5-1 Sox in the 8th.
Colson Montgomery got a 97-mile-an-hour fastball. The only thing was it was down and in. And to most left-handed hitters, you throw one there, you're not going to get it back when, and this one didn't come back either. That was a big fly right there.
That was so high, I didn't think it had a chance to actually go out. 41 degrees off the bat. That is, when it's 40, that's pop-up territory. When you hit it 107,
a little different story.
It can carry out. Grichuk takes strike one. Final line for Framber Valdez in this game is brought to you by Figer Law. All they do is win. 6 2/3, 4 runs on 6 hits, 2 walks, and 4 strikeouts. Slider away to Grichuk. That was a really good outing for Framber Valdez until the last inning of work.
Yep.
Contact started to get hard at the end of the 6th inning, and it carried into the 7th. 1-1. Slider, swing and a miss. Hard slider at 90 miles an hour. Brisky works from the middle of the rubber from the stretch. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. 97-mile-an-hour fastball in a good spot down and away.
Yeah, good one right there. Just a 2-seamer. And beats Grichuk down and away from him. Good to see him get those fastballs down glove side where he wanted to.
Check some scores from the 1-800-CALL-SAM Studio Scoreboard, brought to you by Meijer, the official grocery retailer of the Detroit Tigers radio network. Ground ball softly foul off the bat of Edgar Carroll. Switch hitting catcher batting lefty, homered his last time up. Turned a 2-1 game into a 3-1 game. It's now 5-1 Chicago. Hottest team in baseball right now, Dodgers. Who else? They kind of kick it into gear every now and then just to remind people, you know, we could win 120 if we wanted to.
That's true. It's so true.
And we're just going to remind you of that. They were battling with San Diego for weeks, separated by a game or less, and now they've got a 4.5-game lead. In the National League West, Yankees have won 5 straight to close within a game and a half of Tampa. Line drive, base hit right center off the bat of Carroll. Didn't hit it hard, but a line drive. So some hard contact with some swing and miss. And again, you would think it's going to take a little bit for Bo Brisky to kind of get back to where he wants to be in terms of effectiveness on the mound.
There's no doubt about it. I mean, Bo Brisky is a big league pitcher. He's thrown big innings for the Tigers in postseason games. But last year, like you said, 22 innings, it's like he didn't even play. I mean, you don't just get back out there and just return to form. It doesn't work that way.
Benintendi takes a changeup up at 87. Nice movement away from the lefty. Want to keep that pitch down, though. Brisky moves over toward the third base side of the rubber against this lefty. The 1-0. Swinging a foul. Better changeup. That's where he wants to put that pitch.
That's what he wants right there. That started on the outer third of the plate, then faded just off. That's exactly what you want. You want to entice that hitter to fire on that pitch, and then the ball disappeared. Benintendi did a nice job of just fouling it off, but that's excellent location and execution from Bo Brisky right there.
Fastball, fly ball to right. Oh, my goodness. Way back and gone. On an 0-2 pitch, Andrew Benintendi got a fastball middle in and did not miss. Third home run last 10 batters. 7-1 Sox.
That's just a mislocation, Dan. They went changeup away very nicely the pitch before. Dylan Dingler slid out there, wanted that fastball, that two-seam fastball away. Brisky missed the whole width of the plate. It was down and in. And for the second time, a lefty takes a fastball down and in, hits over the wall.
Sinker swing and a miss. Acuna at the plate. Tigers have given up the second fewest number of home runs in the American League coming into play today. For all of the walk-off home runs that we have witnessed in the last month, this is not something that has been a problem overall for the Tigers. It's just when we have seen them hit has been devastating. The late inning home runs, not as big a factor today, but the home runs certainly have separated the Sox from the Tigers today. Swing and a miss at a fastball, 1-2 on Acuna. 2-1 game has turned into a 7-1 game with 3 home runs in the 7th and 8th. 1 off of Valdez, 2 off of Bo Brisky in his first outing of 2026. The 1-2 to Acuna, fastball in at 97. Right-handed batter, upright stance, spreads out, 2-2. Swinging a foul away. Afternoon game to wrap up this 3-game series. Barring a comeback today, the Tigers will have lost their 8th consecutive series. They have not had a losing streak this long since the very forgettable and underrated bad season of 2019, when they lost 114 games. Swinging a foul out of play. It gets overshadowed by 2003, of course, but still historically bad. Acuna's going to see at least 7 pitches in this trip to the plate. 2-2. Swinging a foul out of play. Sinker away.
Bro,
they're hitting the fastball.
Yeah, they are hitting the fastball. They're on it. They're on it. This is
2-2. Swinging a pop-up, fouling out of play. Staying with the fastball.
Break out that bullet slider right here, Bo.
8 pitches, 7 have been fastballs. Or 6 have been fastballs. 2-2. Swinging a foul again, out of play. 95. Tenth pitch of the at-bat. Changeup. Ball 3 on pitch number 10. Check swing, foul. Staying with the fastball.
I mean, he's tried everything. Pretty much everything away from Acuna. I'll say that. He's tried two-seamer away, down, two-seamer away, up, four-seamer up, slider.
3-2. Swinging a foul out of play. Long inning for Bo Brisky. One pitch to get the last out last inning. Now he has thrown 27 pitches here in the eighth. 2 home runs. 13th pitch of the at-bat. Line deep and foul. Whoa, he hung the slider. Longest at-bat of the year. 14 pitches at least with this next pitch.
Fastball top of the zone here. Right at the top rail.
Acuna dug in, hitting 170. 3-2. Fastball challenged by Dylan Dingler.
Detroit catcher is challenging the call of ball.
This would be something. A strike.
Ball is overturned for a strike.
A 14-pitch battle ends on a strike called third strike that was challenged. Dylan Dingler helping out Bo Brisky. Long inning, 2 homers. We head to the ninth, 7-1 Sox on the Detroit Tigers Radio Network.
We can do better. We could be chasing dreams. We know what's right, and we know how it feels. Yeah, we can do better. We can make a change for real. Yeah, we can do a lot better.
Trevor Richards been around for a while. 9th year in the major leagues. Cole Keith takes a pitch up and away. 33-year-old from here in Illinois. Got the beard going and he got some gray there. 1-0. Swinging a pop-up. Shallow left field, and Tanachi will call off Acuna and then reach down and almost drop the ball. Last second reach to his left. The wind pushed it away from him, and that almost dropped.
Oh, wow. That was very close. He made really an athletic play to get there.
Yep. Wind has been blowing left to right. It's definitely picked up during the game. Comes into this ballpark, and we've seen it kind of swirl. Certainly down on the field, you can see it swirling on the dirt. Wenzel Perez batting. First pitch fastball from Richards. He called strike one. Well traveled in his major league career. This is his 9th team in 9 years. Perez swings, pops it up. Meidroth under the outfield grass makes the catch for the second out in the 9th inning. 9th inning is brought to you by Comerica Bank. If you want to elevate your small business's game, visit Comerica.com/succeed to learn how. How-You Lee, last hope for the Tigers. Afternoon game tomorrow. Montero against Burke is the matchup. Lee swings, pops it up, slicing foul and out of play. Down the right field line, How-You Lee 1 for 3 today. Incredible stretch of really just no production from this Tigers offense. Has now reached 24 games where they have scored just 64 runs. Lee takes strike two. The 0-2. Slider misses low and away from the righty. Started the year with Philadelphia. I let him go. Chicago picked him up. He has not done much with Chicago. He's given him 9 runs in 8 2/3 innings. 1-2. Changeup misses down. Two. Got him.
Detroit batters challenging the call of strike. Call confirmed, game's over.
Called third strike. Sox make it 2 straight to start the weekend. Our final score is Chicago 7 in the Detroit.